We are Tottenham TV, back here for some breaking news. Tottenham Hotspur are seeming advancing on Eberechi Eze. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about today, and let's hope today is going to be a good day. You feeling it, Sim?
I don't know if we're going to get it today. Well, we're going to get it, but I don't know about today. We'll see. I don't know. The news seems to be pretty similar to what it was before. So there's conversations, more negotiations. Once we hear about El Kanous going to Palace, I'll start to get more excited, I think.
Well, we have heard about that. We've heard advanced negotiations.
I want to hear we go.
Leicester and Crystal Palace.
Give me those three beautiful words.
For Sasha Tavleri saying that. Anyway, we've got a massive update on Eberechi Eze, which we'll get into in a second.
Every day seems to be almost there, so close. On the cusp.
You're bringing the mood down, Sim. Come on, you're bringing the mood down. Today's a good day.
The mood down.
Today's a good day.
What's the difference in today and yesterday?
Well, let's get into the update and then we can discuss that. So last night, Paul O'Keefe was on the great channel, that his last word on Spurs, and he says, I don't see a world where, at the moment anyway, unless there's a dramatic turn of events where they can't get a deal done for Eberechi Eze. Everybody in the game that I've spoken to says Eze will be a Tottenham Hotspur player. As of right now, there's no reason why this move can't get over the line. There were indications on Friday night that a deal for Eze was done, and then yesterday there was talk about things still going ahead. This morning, which was obviously yesterday, says Eze had a chat with Glasner about playing. It was discussed but not formally decided between the clubs, but more a case of between Palace and the player that Tottenham insisting he doesn't play. So Tottenham were insisting that he doesn't play. And obviously we don't have ownership of the player, so we can't really do that. And then Glasner did end up putting him in the starting 11. Ben Jacobs says that Tottenham deal to sign Eberechi Eze has stalled due to Crystal Palace not having a replacement lined up. Spurs still believe that Eze will be their player once the transfer window shuts. The fee between Tottenham and Crystal Palace for Eze is almost agreed in principle. Palace will sanction an exit once they find a replacement. And Fabrizio Romano said today that Tottenham and Crystal Palace chairmen Daniel Levy and Steve Parish are in direct contact today over Eberechi Eze. Tottenham have submitted a bid worth 55 million plus 5 in add-ons for Eberechi Eze. Negotiations underway with direct talks between Levy and Parish, chairmen of Tottenham and Crystal Palace. Eze wants Spurs move and has informed the club already last week after personal terms have been agreed. And Sasha Tavleri says that Tottenham are now closing in on the signing of Eberechi Eze after an agreement with Palace on a £60 million deal. Crystal Palace are even currently in advanced negotiations with Leicester to finalise Eze's replacement in Bilal El Kanous. So obviously the Romano and the Tavleri update is the ones that have come out in the last hour. So I guess the new news there is that a bid has been submitted and Sasha Tavleri has gone to as far and says there's agreement on the fee as well.
Yeah, which is obviously good news. And when you're talking about 55 million plus 5, that's a really good deal for Tottenham if that's the fee, unless Palace are going to hold out for more. I'm quite surprised Palace aren't demanding, closer to 70, but given the lack of any other bids, maybe, from Arsenal, as they're wanting to leave, there's got to be some compromise, I guess, if they want to allow Eze, his last shot at a big move and he wants to leave and all that kind of stuff. So maybe there's a bit of compromise there. I would have thought they would have wanted at least 65, in line with what some of the other, obviously we got Kudus for 55, but in line with maybe what, Cunha and Mbeumo and those kind of players have been going for. That's what I would have thought they would have wanted. So I think it's a great deal for us. Clearly they're waiting for El Kanous will get a replacement in before finalising, because they've got a big European game coming up on Thursday and they don't want to be shortchanged for that game. I know it's against some random team, but still, they don't want to. I guess they don't want to take any chances going into a European game. They want to make sure. Yeah, I guess, but for them it doesn't really matter. They want to play the full strength team because Europe's a big deal for them, even if it's Conference League. But do you think Palace will hold out for more money, or do you think that's what he'll go for? That's the question.
Well, Sasha Tavleri is claiming that the fees have been agreed. He said Palace and Tottenham have agreed to the deal, 60 million, which includes 5 million in add-ons. I mean, if Palace are kind of holding out for more money, it is a bit of a dangerous game, because if he does end up staying for this season, you've got a player that has obviously come out, agreed personal terms with another club and wants out. And this is your last chance of getting that kind of money, because when he goes into next summer, in going into the last year of his contract, you're not going to get 55 to 60 million. The fee is going to be, decreased probably to around like 40, 50 million, something like that. So maybe even less. You don't know. Someone in their last year of their contract. So I don't know. I think it's a good deal all round, to be honest.
I think it's fine. I mean, I agree. And I think if Eze wants to leave, then I think Palace are going to give in to his wish. I think they're that kind of club. If he's desperate, we saw Olise left. It was his wish. They're saying they want to get Guehi as well. It's just for me, after Saturday, what happened on Saturday, we heard everyone was widely reporting it's so close. He's set to be left out. This deal was on the cusp. And then it all kind of unravelled later that night, and he ended up playing yesterday. So when I'm hearing now, it's back close again, all these different things, it's just very hard for me to get super excited that it's happening. I want to hear the next step. We've heard this already, that it's close. We've heard already that it's on the cusp of an agreement. All these different things were on the verge.
We haven't heard that Spurs have submitted an official bid. We haven't heard
Saturday, we heard everyone was saying it.
What, that Spurs had submitted an official bid?
Yeah, we're on the very close to an agreement.
They said negotiations, but I think that's different to an official bid. And
they said we're very close to an agreement. That's exactly the same what we're hearing now.
Well, it's not, because now we're hearing Spurs have submitted an official bid. And we've also heard from Sasha Tavaleri, whether you believe him or not, that Spurs and Palace have agreed a fee. So that's not anything that we've heard.
Close to an agreement.
Pardon?
Understood to be close to reaching an agreement.
Well, the update I read, that I copied and pasted here, says that are closing in on the signing after an agreement with Crystal Palace on a £60 million deal.
I'm reading his exact tweet, closing on an agreement.
Well, what does the actual title, the actual article say? Because here it says that closing in on the signing after an agreement. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But
it says never been closer, direct contact.
Never been closer. You see, you haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we heard it all on Saturday. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I think it will happen. I'm just saying I want to hear the next step in that. I want to hear the next step in these negotiations. I want to hear there's full agreement. He's having a medical.
Time, man. Get excited.
I want to hear he's having a medical. I want to hear here we go. I want to see a medical. We've been burnt by Gibbs White. We got burnt on Saturday with everyone saying this was done and he was being left out, and then that didn't happen. So that already backfired. I want to hear he's having his agreement.
Backfired. The deal's still going to happen.
He played yesterday.
So what?
He was set to be left out, and then he played. So something happened in the deal that made that happen. Right, so I want to hear that he's having a medical, and I want to hear there's full agreement before I start getting excited about the next step. These things what we're hearing now, we heard this on Saturday, and then something else happened. So I'm not getting too excited that we're going to get a here we go today just yet.
This deal is going to happen. This deal is going to happen.
I agree with you. I agree it's going to happen.
So why are you not happy?
I am happy that the deal is going to happen. I'm just saying.
You don't seem happy.
I'm happy. I'm just saying I'm reading these updates now, and that's not too much different to what we've already heard. So I'm not more happy.
Actually.
I'm not more happy than I would have been on Saturday. Is my point.
Just get excited. This deal's happening.
I'm excited about it happening, but I want to hear a medical, and I want to hear an agreement.
We've heard agreements and medicals before. It didn't pan out for us.
Yeah,
exactly right. But
that's the next stage.
I think this one, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I am super happy, and I cannot wait to get this deal over the line. I think a here we go is coming imminently, whether it's today or tomorrow. I don't really care when it comes. I think it's coming, and I think it is time for everyone to get excited and mouth-watering prospect of having Eberechi Eze in this Tottenham side. We saw against Burnley, it was a struggle to play through the middle and break teams down. We've seen it all pre-season. Eberechi Eze is going to go some way to solving that. So I am super excited for this deal.
Yeah, and I think what a player. I've wanted him for a long, long time at Tottenham. I think he's just such a phenomenal player, and I think elevates our team and our attack to new heights. And if we do get this deal over the line, what a signing this is! The most exciting. When was the last time we had an exciting signing as exciting as this?
Mohamed Kudus?
Don't think this is.
No, it's not as exciting as this, but it's still like similar level.
I think Eze is different level. I think
when you're talking about all these players coming in the same window, that's the thing that excites me the most, to be honest. You know, a summer of Kudus, Eze, maybe even a Savinho in there as well, Hincapié. If we can get all these guys over the line, there is no more exciting time to be a Spurs fan, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for me, I think if we can get him and we can get another one, or even if we don't get another one, if we just get Eze, I think that in itself really is going to help us so much for the future, and especially this season. I think he is so vital, having that creativity. And even just if we talk about yesterday, his performance, I thought he played really well against Chelsea yesterday. I thought he got robbed of a goal for the free kick. Absolutely robbed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I thought he really, who was it playing right back for Chelsea? Was it Reece James? I thought he was giving him a real tough time. James couldn't handle him. And that's the kind of quality we're bringing. And he always has great games against the bigger sides as well for Palace. Always steps up.
Massive
big game player.
Yeah.
Big game player. Scored in the final. FA Cup, so he's got that kind of mentality of in the big games he'll step up for you, and I think in the other games, you know, against low blocks and whatever, I think he's going to be the one you can trust to pick the lock, find that moment of magic. And he's such an exciting player. He really is. I love him. I'm so desperate to see him. That's part of the reason why I'm not getting too excited, because I'm so desperate to have him in, like until I hit more progress, like. I don't want to get, because it's going to break my heart if this doesn't happen.
It's going to break your heart either way.
It's going to break my heart if this doesn't happen.
Either way, whether you get excited or not, it's still going to break your heart, because you're still expecting the deal to go through. So you may as well get excited. And if it breaks down, we've been here before. We've got the T-shirt. We've seen it all. The fear of being depressed after the deal doesn't sway me from getting excited, to be honest. I'm ready to get excited. I'm not ready to get let down. But, there is always that chance with Tottenham Hotspur. However, I'm very confident that we're getting this deal over the line. I'm super confident.
I'm confident. I'm just saying right now, the updates today I don't see what is different to what we've heard so far. But what we've heard is close. So that's fine, and that's positive, and that is exciting. I'm just saying right now, with these new updates, I'm not seeing that thinking, oh, wow, this deal has progressed further than it was on Saturday. It seems
well, it's just positive
place.
that Parish and Levy were in a meeting this morning, locked in talks, and nothing negative has come from it. So that's
so
positive.
Far.
That's positive. But yeah, look, I don't think we have heard before that Spurs have submitted a bid. So we need to wait for that to get accepted. It all comes down to Palace and their replacement for him. If it's true that they're in advanced talks for El Kanous and that deal can happen, you imagine that it can happen, and El Kanous will be desperate to be playing in the Premier League again with Crystal Palace as opposed to Leicester. Then I think as soon as you hear something proper concrete on El Kanous, then you're going to start seeing it proper ramp up with Eze even more.
That also kind of worries me a bit, just because the fact that this deal was hinging on another deal happening. It's like when you're buying a house, like it can be out of your control sometimes, these things. So what if El Kanous doesn't happen? So would that kill the Eze deal? You know what I mean? That worries me as well.
They'll have to move on to another target. Eze wants to leave.
I know.
He wants to go.
But you saw yesterday, even if he says he's going to play, and he's going to play very well. And I think Palace would have seen that.
Yeah, but he's playing very well on the assumption that he thinks he's going to Tottenham. Will it still carry on like that if his kind of Champions League dreams are shattered for this season?
I think he likes Palace. I think he's a very professional guy, and he's got European football. I know it's Conference League, but look, of course he wants to leave. He wants to come to Tottenham. But if for one reason or another it doesn't happen, I think he's the kind of guy who's going to be professional. He's going to play at his best, and he knows if he's at his best again, the likelihood of a move next summer or even in January.
Why are we talking about the prospect of it not happening? Because we all know it's happening.
I know it's happening. I'm pretty certain it's happening. I'm just saying, you brought up that this deal hinges potentially on Palace signing another player. We're not in control of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Palace will sign another player.
I hope so, but that's my point. I'm worried that that's what it hinges on, because that's not in Tottenham's control. So this deal, it theoretically could break down without Tottenham say so, because of another deal that's broken down. And that is a bit concerning. But let's just hope they get something over the line.
Yeah, they will get over the line. Palace will sign someone. Eze will be coming to Spurs. He will be a Spurs player come the first game after the transfer window. I'm pretty certain of that. And let's hope we can get him in for Man City. That's what I'm. That's what I'm more concerned about. Not whether it be a Spurs player or not, but whether he can be in the team for Man City this weekend. Because if he can be in the team for Man City this weekend, then I think we'll probably go 3-4-3 in that Man City game. Have Kudus and Eze in the two central tens behind Richarlison, and that sounds unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure. And Eze has a great record at the Etihad as well. Always plays well there. I think he scored a brace there last year. I think he got a brace against Palace last season. I think they ended up losing 5-2, but he scored 2 goals. He always seems to play well there. Obviously scored against Man City in the cup final as well, as we mentioned. So I think he comes in and it's the perfect game for him to come in and I think he'll be licking his lips at the prospect of playing in this game for sure. And I think we'll be for that as well. That's another reason we'll be desperate to have him for this game, because we know it just gives us another weapon that we know that City struggle to deal with.
Yeah. All right, well, that is the news on Eberechi Eze this morning. Let's hope that something can get over the line very, very soon. We've got